To ease my skin hunger, I spent $30 every day hiring that broke campus heartthrob Zack Harrison to hold me for an hour. That day, he pulled me onto his lap, his expression somewhere between amused and teasing. Because of you, everyone thinks I'm taken and I can't find a girlfriend anymore. What am I supposed to do about that? Feeling guilty, I suggested we end our arrangement. The next day, my ex who had broken up with me for being too clingy, blocked my path with an arrogant smirk. Get back together with me. I can hold you every day. But the next second, a sports car screeched to a halt in front of him, scaring him so badly he collapsed to the ground. Zack Harrison leaned casually against the steering wheel, glaring at him. Trying to steal my girl? Got a death wish? That's when I discovered Zack Harrison's other identity, a New York elite heir. Just hugging Zack Harrison wasn't enough to completely relieve my symptoms anymore. In a quiet, secluded little park, I sat on his lap, tilting my head up to ask softly, Zack Harrison. I'll give you an extra $15, can you let me nuzzle against your neck? I blushed as soon as I said it. $15 wasn't much, but the extra $45 a day was already stretching my budget. He glanced down at me, then pressed my head against the side of his neck with his hand. His tone casual, boss, considering you've never been late with my pay, I'll only charge you an extra $10. I blinked in pleasant surprise and thanked him shyly. But when I spoke, my lips accidentally brushed against his skin. The guy's body obviously tensed. I was dozing against Zack Harrison's shoulder when hurried footsteps suddenly snapped me back to alertness. Before I could get off his lap, a girl's figure appeared in my peripheral vision. I immediately wrapped my arms around Zack Harrison's neck, hiding my face. Our arrangement was known only to the two of us. Senior Zack. The girl beamed, found you. Good thing I paid someone for your whereabouts. She noticed me playing dead in Zack Harrison's arms and slowly restrained her smile. Who is she? Zack Harrison lazily looked up. What other relationship could you think of besides girlfriend? The air fell dead silent. Zack Harrison seemed completely oblivious to the tense atmosphere. He even leisurely stroked the back of my head. Me, playing dead. The girl spoke again, her smile forced. Senior, could you have your girlfriend turn around so I can see what she looks like? She seemed particularly puzzled, because I think I was voted the most beautiful girl in our department, but when I asked you out, you never said yes. So I'm curious about what your girlfriend has that caught your eye. Zack Harrison pulled my hoodie over my head before responding leisurely. Get your facts straight, Junior. She's the one who caught me. The girl was momentarily speechless, then turned her attack on me. Miss, are you really going to sit in Senior Zack's lap in public like this? She could barely maintain her politeness. Don't you think that's a bit shameless? I paid money for this, what's wrong with a hug? This place was empty to begin with. It's only because you showed up. Sometimes you have to stand your ground. I couldn't take it anymore and jumped off Zack Harrison's lap. I was about to speak but fell silent. 2 seconds later, I climbed back onto Zack Harrison's lap and looked innocently at the department beauty. Then call the police. You. The beauty's face turned purple with rage. Zack Harrison chuckled, then cut off her outburst with an icy tone. Hey. Make my girlfriend cry, and I don't care if you're male or female, I won't be nice about it. After the beauty left, I sat absent-mindedly on Zack Harrison, replaying whether I'd come out ahead in that encounter. He picked up a strand of my hair, playing with it. His tone casual, not really complaining. Because of you, it's going to be even harder for me to find a girlfriend now. Snapping back to reality, I hastily stood up and retreated to a safe distance. The apology almost spilled out, but I swallowed it back. I accused him half-heartedly of manipulating me. But I paid you. He smirked. Did you now? He sat in the chair with casual indifference. But right now, no matter how I think about it, this deal doesn't seem worth it. Oh no, he was going to raise his prices. I hesitated for a long moment, staring down at my toes. Zack Harrison. If the price gets too high, maybe you should find other people with touch starvation. My finances are a bit tight. He leaned forward slightly, resting his arms on his knees as he looked at me. Gone was that hint of casual mischief from before. His gaze was focused. No charge. How about you get me a girlfriend instead? Ah. So he wanted me to set him up. But running through my mental contact list, I couldn't find any girls suitable for Zack Harrison. After thinking for a few seconds, I accepted this challenging task. I told him seriously, can you give me some time to think about it? His tense shoulders relaxed almost imperceptibly, and he nodded slightly. His whole demeanor softened. That night, I huddled under my blanket scrolling through my contacts. I tentatively asked a few people. When they heard it was Zack Harrison, someone who was desperate enough to take $40 a day odd jobs, they said his financial situation must be terrible. They all politely declined. I couldn't afford his high-hugging fees, and I couldn't find him a girlfriend either. I really couldn't keep holding him back. After much hesitation, I sent Zack Harrison 2 final messages. Sorry, you got turned down. I didn't plan to tell him the specific reason, to spare his dignity. Being poor wasn't his fault. Also, my condition doesn't seem that serious anymore, so I won't need to trouble you. I heard the coffee shop by the school gate is hiring. They pay way more than I do. I'll send you the manager's number, you should try applying. We don't need to stay in touch anymore. I'm deleting your contact. Bye. After typing the last character, I promptly blocked his only contact method. It wasn't really necessary to go as far as blocking him. But I was afraid I wouldn't have enough willpower, and someday I'd be tempted to reach out for another transaction. That would really be holding him back from finding a girlfriend. After doing all this, I felt an indescribable melancholy and pulled the blanket over my head, trying to hide the invisible cloud of gloom in my chest.